Hello and welcome to my occasional videos when I think I have something meaningful to say. And today I want to talk about Twitter as it used to be. It's now X.com since Elon Musk took it over and has rebranded and changed a lot of stuff. So I want to do a video about how to boost your following on X.com. And this is my experience of using X.com for the last year and taking my account from effectively 0 to currently roughly 5,000 followers. And most of that gain has come in the last 6 months. And there's been various stages of experiments by me to work out what's going on. So these are my findings, and I'll start by saying firstly that the whole way X.com works is entirely secret. There are no published guidelines on exactly how to do any of this, and the things I'm going to tell you are things I've found out by accident, by trial and error, not through searching on X.com. And even Grok, which is Elon Musk's own AI unit, does not tell you how to do any of this. You have to work it out for yourself because for whatever reason, Elon Musk's AI does not have access to Elon Musk's X.com directly, and so it doesn't know or can't work out or hasn't been trained or told in the algorithms. Now, I don't know why Elon Musk keeps everything secret. You'd have to ask him that, but that's the fact. It's all secret. The punishment system, disciplinary system is entirely secret. There's no appeal process. There's no way of communicating with X.com's support. I tried it using, I think it's @support, and I got blocked. So you can't find this stuff out by asking. You can't find out what's going on in your account through AI. So what's happening? Okay, so you can divide the process of getting successful on X.com into various stages. Shall we say between 0 followers and 1,000 followers, and then between 1,000 and about 10,000, and then after that, I don't know, I'll have to come back to you. And now I'm focusing particularly on reaching the monetization threshold, and I haven't achieved it yet, and I will update you when I do. And that's my aim by the end of the year to achieve that. So we're talking in August, so I hope to achieve it by the end of the December the year, and then I'll probably do an update video. So this is, if you like, my experience halfway through the process. I'm working with a premium account, and most of the successful people are verified. That's the V, and that means they have a premium account at least. And so according to the official guidelines, in order to reach monetization, the minimum is to achieve 500 verified followers and 5 million views, impressions, within a 3-month period. And so those are the two main. And then there's the secondary level where you can offer a subscription to your followers, and that needs 2,000 verified followers and 5 million impressions over 3 months. And once you're a premium subscriber, you can then get access to X.com's analytics, and you can see your figures. And I'm assuming that the impressions figures that they give you in the analytics are what you need to reach 5 million with, and I may be wrong. And Grok does give some contradictory advice about that, but we'll find out when we get there anyway. So how do you get there? Well, from the beginning, you set up your account. Now, I'm not going to talk to you about the superficial things, such as having a good profile picture, having a catchy name, having a good profile text and things like that, because I can't test that out. So all I can test out is the X algorithm, and that's what this video is about. And I'm sure all those other things will help boost your numbers. But in order to get people to your profile, they have to find you. And the way they're going to find you is by seeing your posts. Now at the beginning, between 0 and 1,000 roughly, these are not clear-cut deadlines. So stage 1, the first 1,000 followers, forget posting. posting is pretty much a waste of time. Then nobody is going to see it. The post is only going to those people who visit your profile. It's not going to be seen by anyone else. That's my experience. And so now, even with nearly 5,000 followers, I'm not able to get more than a few hundred views on my pinned posts. So when you post something, pin it to the top of your profile, and so that will be the first thing that anyone sees when they come to your page. But there's no point. I mean, you can put one on there just to get started, but really at the beginning, the way to get noticed is through reposts. That means to reply to somebody else's story with your own opinion on it. And that's what I've been doing since the beginning. I've now done more than 10,000 of these at this point. So the way to get started is find the most popular people that you agree with, okay? Focus on those you agree with to start off with, because they are going to be followed by people that have the same opinion as you. And I'm not going to get into your politics. Your politics doesn't matter, because all opinions are available on x.com. And Elon Musk's statement about freedom of speech, but not freedom of reach. And what that means is that you'll have access to x.com, but if he doesn't like your opinion, you won't get much visibility for it. So he will limit your freedom of reach, but he will not limit your freedom to post whatever you like. More or less, I have been blocked a couple of posts which were blocked, but I won't go into that because that's pretty unusual. So what happens is that you find some popular people, okay? And what I mean by popular, ideally 1 million or more followers already. Go for the top people. And what you want to do is set up a notification on their account. So as soon as they post something, you will get notified about it. And as soon as that notification comes up, you go on their site and you have a look at their post and you try and say something meaningful in support of it. And don't just give a thumbs, say, yeah, I agree. Try and add to it. Try and say something meaningful about it. Try and build on it. Say, yeah, I agree with you. And in particular, blah, blah, blah. And have you thought of something? And the more relevant and the more meaningful you can add to it, or the better the summary, then the better chance you've got of getting on top of the list of replies to it. Because what happens, x.com will send the link to anyone who's following that particular person, and they will prioritize the posts that they think are relevant below it, and you want to be at the top of that list, and the way to do that is to be first. And so if you can get on there within 5 minutes of the person posting, you're going to be one of the top replies that are seen on there by the most people, until someone more important than you comes along and gives a better summary or has more followers, and you'll get pushed away. And at the beginning it won't be very long, but the point is your aim is to get likes, ideally reposts, but get likes, because the minimum thing that people will do when they like what you say is give you a thumbs up. They'll just click on like and move on. If they really like what you say, they may comment on it positively, but in my experience, most people leave negative comments and say horrible and abusive things in disagreement with you. So your aim is to get likes. And when you get a like, what you do at the beginning is you want to follow everyone who likes you, and I'll come back to the risk in a moment, but what you do is you follow everyone who likes you, and if you can do that quickly, soon after they've seen your post, you've got the best possible chance of them liking you. You follow everyone who likes you, you follow everyone who likes you, and there's a very good chance they will follow you back. And that way you can get numbers. It's all about followers. That's the key metric you're after in order to get visibility. Because anyone who follows you will see your posts much more likely than random people. Now, I've got about 28% of my likes are by people that follow me. So I've still got a huge market to reach out to. But at the beginning, you don't care. You've got to be indiscriminate. But you will find very quickly that there's a lot of bot accounts, most of them with the name Elon Musk or one of his family or the team. And there's no point following them because they'll bombard you with direct messages trying to persuade you to buy all kinds of crap and stuff. So don't do it. Before you follow people, and at the beginning you're going to probably have to be indiscriminate because you need them to follow you back. But in fact, Elon Musk accounts mostly will follow you. And if you reply to any of Elon Musk's posts, you're likely to get a lot of follow backs by Elon Musk clones or their bots or some fake accounts that are using his name. And so just watch out for that. But don't follow them back, otherwise you'll get bombarded with crap them. But they will boost your numbers at the beginning. So following Elon Musk is a good start, and particularly because he's the #1 account, obviously, on X.com. Whatever you think of Donald Trump, he's got a lot of following, and there's other people like that out there. Find the top people, and as soon as they post, set up notifications. As soon as they post you some positive comment about it, you'll get loads of likes, and then you can follow those people immediately, and some of them will follow you back. And then what you do is you keep repeating this process over and over again until you get to 1,000 followers. And at the beginning, it's going to be very slow. And at the beginning, you don't really need to care whether they're verified or non-verified. But when you get to about 1,000 followers, you can start discriminating. Now, the key metric is verified. You need 500 verified followers. And so once you've got about 1,000 followers, looking around, you'll probably only have a tiny number of verified if you've been indiscriminate, because there's probably 100 times as many unverified accounts as verified. And so you likely only have 1% verified. But when you get to 1,000 followers, start focusing on verified. Okay, because people who have paid to join X are more likely to engage with posts than the non-verified people. And so what you can start doing, because you'll have had loads of DMs from unverified people with almost no followers, but once you get to about 1,000, you can stop following these spam accounts. So before you follow someone who likes your stuff, you can look at their account, and if they've got very few followers, let's say less than 100 followers, there's no point bothering with them unless they're verified. I say keep following back any verified account that likes you, but you need to begin to ignore unverified accounts with less than 100 followers. And also you're particularly looking for those with a huge imbalance between follower and following, because that is suspicious. Genuine accounts will keep a balance, and while they're small accounts, it's different for the big guys, but small accounts will probably have more people that they are following than followers, and a lot of those are spam accounts. So before you follow them back, have a look at how many posts they have done, and you'll be surprised how many people have got hundreds of followers but no posts. God knows how they do it, but they haven't got any posts, and if they're not posting anything, they're not genuine. You don't want people like that. And so you need, because you want them to repost your stuff to their followers, so you need them to have a high number of followers as well, and ideally a balance, more or less equal numbers. If there's an imbalance, then for example, if they've got a lot more followers than following, then the chances of them following you back are very low. And you're going to have to be careful, because the X algorithm will keep blocking you if you follow and unfollow too many people within a short period of time. Now, there's no guidelines on this, and it seems pretty random, but I get a regular, what's called a 3-day warning, telling me I'm following and unfollowing too many people, and it will stop me doing it. But you only need to wait an hour or two and then gently start following just 1 or 2 people again. But the key thing, I think, to avoid being blocked is don't follow and unfollow the same people in the same day, because you, as a genuine account, have to keep the numbers level. And what I'm suggesting to you, you're going to very rapidly run up with lots of people you're following and very few following you. And you can't do that. You look like a scam account. You've got to keep the numbers in balance. And that's why at the beginning it's very slow. So you can follow, let's say, 10 people like you, and you follow the 10 back. And then you've got to wait at least 2 or 3 days before unfollowing them. And so you've got to keep the numbers in balance. But once you get to about 1,000 followers, which could take 3 months, then you can start being more choosy about who you follow, but keep following all the verified. Very few verified accounts are scammers. There are some, but most of the scammers are unverified account with a huge imbalance between follower and following. So the next stage then is between 1,000 and the monetization threshold. Now, an average account would need 10,000 followers to reach the monetization. Now, and I'll tell you how I get to that figure. So at the beginning, you're only going to have 1 or 2% verified. But what you want to do is get up to 500 verified. So if you only had 1% verified, that's 50,000 followers. So that's ridiculous. But if you focus on verified, as I do, and you you follow the verified, anyone who likes you, you can get your verified followers up more quickly. And what I've got now 31% of my followers are verified. I've done that by focusing very clearly on verified, following verified accounts only, and getting rid of the unverified as far as possible. And you can build up the percentage. So now I reached 500 verified followers out of about 2,000 following in total. But it depends how focused you can be. And now my focus is on getting up to 2,000 verified, which I hope to achieve by about 6,000 total followers. As I say, I'm at about 4,500 followers now. So a month or 2 months, I hope to get to 2,000 verified. And then if I get 5 million views, I should get subscription. Anyway, so by focusing on verified, you're going to get more genuine accounts. By focusing on verified, you're going to get genuine accounts, and you want views and impressions. And so keep posting. I would say, keep an average of 50 a day if you can. But really focus on the high accounts that you agree with, the highest follower accounts you agree with, and set up notification and reply to them. And they'll probably do if you have 5 or 10 top accounts, you're going to get 15 notifications a day, 50 posts. Maybe you haven't got a comment on all of them, that's fair enough. Just repost. If you can't think of anything, just repost it. And it will appear on your stream, and people will still like your repost, and that will count towards your impressions. But it's much better to leave comments, particularly long comments. There's a 280 character limit on what's displayed, and you want people to click on your post, and so because that increases the engagement. And so you must post longer than 280 characters, so they have to click on you to see everything you've said. One of the ways of improving as well is to add a picture. So whatever you say, get a screenshot of Grok proving your point, for example, or some other AI or some other news article. Don't put the new link to a site outside Twitter. You will get limited in your reach because Grok wants to keep you, X wants to keep you in the X server. So what you do is you put a screenshot of the link and attach it to your post, and then reply to your post with the link if you want to prove your point, and that way you don't damage the original publicity for your original post. Now there's 2 things to watch out for. One is shadow banning and the other is throttling. And again, the algorithm, how this is worked out is entirely secret, and you will discover this by accident, and other people will talk about it. And what that means is that you will find if there are certain topics you post, certain things you say, you will be limited. The other way is people will block you. People who disagree with you will just block you randomly, and that also will throttle your performance, and you'll notice it. It's only for a day or 2, but you'll notice a sudden drop off in your viewings, and that means you've been throttled. You're going to get a lot of abuse. Pretty much all the comments I get are abusive. And it may be I have crazy opinions, but I don't think so. I think that's just the nature of X.com. People don't bother arguing with you. They just come on and swear at you. And they may block you to stop you replying. So what I would do is simply block people immediately that are abusive to you. Don't get involved in argument with them. Anyone who swears at me or is rude or abusive or calls me appalling names, It doesn't bother me, you can't offend me, but I just don't want these people trolling me. And so I just block them immediately, and that will damage their coverage. And that's what you want to do. That's what they're going to do to you anyway. So you might as well do it to them, and then they can't appear in your feed. People who DM you as well, if they don't take no for an answer, then you have to block them as well, particularly the Elon Musk fake accounts. If you follow them back, then because only if and they follow you back will they be able to DM you. Don't ever DM to anyone within X, otherwise they'll block you. You don't want that to happen either. So keep focusing on replying, and your views will go up. Now, the monetization threshold is 55,000 views or impressions a day. That's your target. And if you've got, as I have, I've got around 4,500 are verified, so around 1,400 verified. And so I'm hitting the 50,000 views, 55,000 views a day. 55,000 impressions a day, most days now for the last couple of weeks. And so that's 385,000 views a week, and 770,000 in 2 weeks, and 1,540 in 4 weeks. You can monitor your performance, but the 3-month one is the target, and that's tricky because you've got to do this every day for 3 months, and that means posting rigorously for 50 a day, roughly, if you can. And you'll get used to your key accounts that you're following as to when they're posting, but there isn't much point engaging elsewhere. I mean, it is useful to engage with other people, but if you reply to a reply, you get very little coverage. It's a fraction of a fraction, and then beyond 3 replies is just a waste of time. Your aim is impressions. You want to get 5 million impressions in 3 months, and you aren't going to do that by wasting your time replying to a reply to a reply. The first reply is the only one that's being seen, and so get focused on that, and then you get up to monetization, and then I'll tell you what happens after that. Anyway, good luck, and keep tweeting and see if you can repeat your success quicker than me. I reckon with this, because you can benefit from my learning experience, and you don't have to go through this. You don't have to reinvent. I would say you should be able to go from 0 to 1,000 in about 3 months, and then from 1,000 to 5,000. And if you're careful with your focusing on verified accounts, you might get to the monetization threshold with as few as 5,000 followers. I think for me it's going to be about 6,000, but I think you can do it in another 3 or 4 months, probably 6 months. So set yourself a year, posting 50 a day. Spend an hour a day on it, 50 times a day. An hour a day, 50 posts a day, taking about an hour a day for a year, and you should reach monetization. I'll let you know if I succeeded in the next video. Thank you, good luck, bye bye.